Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lalit Desai and I'm back with another tutorial. So today it is going to be a revision of one of my previous VFX videos, which was the Doctor Strange portal effect. So this was the whole video. So looking at this, I think that this is very crude and it needs a lot of improvement. Firstly, I would like to thank you all for the love that you've shown on this tutorial, but I think it needs a bit more improvement. So when I had a look at Avengers Endgame, what I thought is that this is a circle definitely, and it is emitting particles it in some kind of a direction in which it is rotating, and there are some few sparks that just go off in between, and that gives much more realism to it. So let us see the effect that I've created uh, by observing these changes. So this is what it looks like. If you see, we have some particles emitting in some kind of a direction, we have some falling down and bouncing off, and some small sparks, if you see over here, that just go off, to give it a more realistic effect. By the way, by no means this is a physically accurate one, but I think so that this looks a bit good, a bit better than the previous one. So let's get started. So this is what the whole script is. The changes are not drastic as compared to the previous tutorial. I've taken the same cylinder, the same model, the same geo. I've rotated it. These are some of the particle variations that I'm going to add in the emitter. This is my emitter. If you see in the video, it starts and it fades off. So I've animated the animation rate from 0 to 400 till frame 50th, and by frame 200 to 250 I've faded it off. I've added some particle vortex, some directional force, some gravity, and I've rotated it anti-clockwise using an animation curve, which is frame multiplied by 5. And this is what I get finally, like that, if you see from frame 1. So this is our base. It has some kind of a direction in which the sparks move, and now we'll be adding some more layers. Before that, I've added a glow to it. It kind of looks more warm, and it feels like it has some energy to it. So the next layer is not as different as this one. The only difference is that in this the motion blur shutter is 0.5, and in the second layer the shutter is 1, which makes the streaks more longer, like that. If you see, the streaks are more longer. So we're going to add some small streaks and some big streaks, like that. And then we have added some glow to it. So the particle emission is almost the same. Over here the max lifetime for the second layer is more, and the velocity for the second layer is less. So the next thing that I've added to this effect is a kind of a trail, if you see in this effect, that goes around the circumference. So to create this effect, what I did is I took a sphere, and these are animation curve nodes which you will find in the Nuke survival kit, which is nothing but some really great tools compiled by Tony Lyons through different sources, and I think you should download that. It has some really amazing nodes. So in that I have found this animation curve node, which will give some really nice variations, some curves to your animation, one of which is the sine wave. And when I add it to the X and Y using these minimum and maximum values, what it will do is, after every 12th frame it will complete one rotation: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, so so that it rotates one whole. This is the kind of speed that I wanted. You can manipulate these values according to whatever speed you want. So what I've done is I've made it rotate around the circumference. I've taken an estimate of this whole circle, and I've made a rotation around it, like that. If you see, this will just keep rotating like that around its circumference. So what I've done is I've rendered this out using a scanline render, and this is the alpha, the motion blur. To extend this, what I've done is I've taken a grade node, I've made it completely opaque, I've added a time blur which will just extend it if we keep our shutter to a higher value. I've added a filter error, a blur, and I've graded it using a grade node like that. If you see, so this is the grade. So the next thing is, yeah, so these are small little particles that are emitting around the circumference. To create this effect, what I've done is I've taken a particle emitter, I've taken a sphere, and I have emitted it around the edges of this geo. So for that, I've added no velocity. I've emitted it from points, and the value or the emission rate is slightly lesser, and it just keeps popping around the edges like that. If you see, yeah, and at the end of 250th frame, the emission rate is 0. I've rendered this out using the right geo node. So I'll be using these as an emitter. The similar way, emission rate is 200. It fades off at frame 250. The velocity is 0.99. Maximum life range is 4, and I've added a maximum life range over here to 20 so that the end of my sparks just extend till the end of my frame. The last of it just remain. So this is what it looks like. I've added the transform J and the usual stuff. The end of 250 frame is actually holded. So what I've done is, instead of holding, I've added a black value over there. Then I've added a grade, saturation. I've reduced the saturation, some exponential glow. Okay, by the way, this exponential glow is also a part of that Nuke Survival toolkit. You can add any exponential glow that you like. The next layer is the same stuff, but some particles that are falling and bouncing off. I've used the same emitter, these geos. The velocity is the same. The max lifetime is 60, and I've added a particle bounce to it, but this time I've not added any rotation because I just want them to fall down. So this is what it looks like. And at the end of 250, I have reduced the emission to 0. The last particles just fall off and bounce. The next layer is more violent. Like, these are particles emitting from all over the edges of the circle, and they're just violent like that. Same way, I've taken some variations of particles, added into the emitter. Towards the 250 frame, I've faded them off, and you can add particle turbulence over here to make them more violent, and I've rendered them out using a scanline render node. So after compiling all of these, this was my small particles that are falling down. These are more bigger violent particles, some glow and one overall glow, some chromatic aberration, and the final render is in front of you. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, so guys, this is it. This was the whole effect, and if you have any doubts about this video, please comment down below and I'll try to answer all your queries. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get my notifications. And thank you so much for watching this video.